The Knights Templar, legendary soldier monks of the Middle Ages. Warriors of God. Holy men, devilish fighters, sworn to poverty, but richer than kings. Legend says they guarded the greatest relic in Christendom, the Holy Grail. A treasure so priceless, it gave them unrivaled power. Yet at their height, the Templars are destroyed and their fortune vanishes. Who were the Knights Templar? And can the true secret of their power be revealed today? March 18, 1314 AD. One of Europe's most powerful men, Jacques de Molay, is about to be executed. The charges against him? Devil worship, sodomy, and financial blackmail. De Molay is one of 69 men burned alive on orders of King Philip IV of France. The condemned belonged to one of the most mysterious brotherhoods in history, the Knights Templar. In the Middle Ages, these warriors are feared, wealthy, and powerful. But in 1307, that reign comes to an end. The Templars stand accused of heresy. Under intense interrogation, they crack and confess. Overnight, 2 centuries of wealth and power go up in smoke. The Knights Templar vanish from history, but leave behind a beguiling mystery. The Templars call themselves the Poor Knights of Christ, yet become one of the richest organizations in Europe. It's said the source of their wealth is an ancient relic discovered beneath the ruins of the old Jewish temple in Jerusalem. And its fate remains a riddle. To discover the Templars' secret, we must retrace their footsteps, back to the beginning, back to the clash of civilizations called the Crusades. 1096 AD, an army of European knights marches thousands of miles to the region they call the Holy Land. Muslim states dominate the Middle East and a region that stretches from Persia to Spain. Pope Urban II calls for a holy war to liberate Christianity's most sacred city, Jerusalem. It takes the Crusaders nearly 3 years to reach the holy city. Along the way, battle, disease, and starvation take their toll. Over 4,000 knights set out for Jerusalem. A little over 1,000 arrive. July 1099. After a 5-week siege, the Crusaders take the city.
When the Crusaders captured Jerusalem, first thing that happened, there was a bloodbath of almighty proportions. They slaughtered everybody, Christian, Jew, Muslim alike. It was not a pretty event.
A French eyewitness describes the carnage. Piles of heads, hands, and feet were to be seen in the streets of the city. In the temple and porch of Solomon, men rode in blood up to their knees and bridle reins. Indeed, it was a just and splendid judgment of God that this place should be filled with the blood of unbelievers, since it had suffered so long from their blasphemies. To rule the new kingdom of Jerusalem, the Crusaders choose from their own ranks. Crusader kings will fight battle after battle to hold this sacred ground. In 1118, they choose their third leader and name him King Baldwin II. King Baldwin receives an offer of help from a Crusader knight,
my lord,
the French nobleman Hugh de Payan.
Rise. I have a great vision, my lord.
Hugh de Payan proposed the idea of a contingent of fighting monks whose responsibility would be to guard the Holy Land and to safeguard passage of pilgrims on their way from Europe to the Holy Land and to defend the holy city of Jerusalem.
King Baldwin likes the idea, and the Templars are born.
Thou art a knight of the Templar. Thou art a warrior of God.
From a band of 9 knights, the Templars will swell into an army of thousands. They call themselves the Order of the Poor Knights of the Temple of Solomon. In time, they're simply known as the Knights Templar. They're not only warriors, but monks. They take vows of poverty, obedience, and celibacy. Europe has never seen such a force.
The whole idea of a fighting order, a military order, was really a quite extraordinary and indeed even revolutionary idea in the church.
How do you combine these two things? Do you pray over your weapons? The answer is yes, that they did. You know, they regarded their calling as a holy calling.
The Knights Templar decided they would create what we might think of today as special forces for Christ.
Like medieval monks, Templars pray 7 times a day. But what makes these monks different is they train to fight.
Your first defense is your sword. I guarantee you, you lose this, you will lose your life. When we cut, we keep going, we do not stop. Is everyone ready?
Between those two military orders, you had an extremely efficient, highly disciplined, superbly equipped standing army. Small in number, but incredibly, they packed one hell of a punch.
The Templars crush the Muslims at the siege of Ascalon in 1153, the Battle of Mortgizard in 1177, and the Battle of Arsuf in 1191. They seem invincible. The Templars fight by strict rules. They are forbidden to retreat unless ordered to do so, and only when outnumbered by more than 3 to 1.
The Templars really were different from other parts of the Crusader army. It was known that they wouldn't break ranks. It was known that they wouldn't run away, that they wouldn't desert.
The Templars' Red Cross stands for martyrdom, death in battle is glorious. The key tactical maneuver is the squadron charge. A small group of knights attacks head-on a tightly packed wedge. Their goal? To break the enemy line and scatter the enemy to the right and left. The charge is reckless, terrifying, magnificent.
They famously won many battles, So their respect was incredible. They had a mystique. They had an aura